Okay, let's go through why it's just not worth it for a man to date in the 21st century and why all men have just lost faith in all women. First of all, they hate all men. Why do women hate all men? Despite how much they all get pregnant and how little they achieve in their lives, men are the common enemy for them. They just love taking little digs at nothing in their petty little female way. They have no respect at all. So why on earth would you want anything to do with any of them when all their friends and all social media is just feeding them poison? Second reason is a lot of them are just nightclub whores. And also, if you're someone who goes to a nightclub to pick people up, I mean, if I'm in a nightclub, I'm better dance and go a bit fucking mental, you know what I'm saying? You know, to have a bit of fun with my mates. You know, if you're going to a nightclub to like pick people up, whether you're a man or a woman, you're gonna find scumbags. Of course, you're not gonna last long with them. And if you go in there to hook up, you're very low in my humble opinion. Number 3 is they have billions of lads on their Snap, and obviously women get a lot of attention very easily. So when you're constantly getting people flirting with you and constantly getting fucking cockpicks thrown in your face, you're not gonna remain a virgin until you're with a man you truly love. And a lot of the lasses that I know lost their virginity when they were in school. So a lot of them are truly unfaithful, right? And so when you're actually with that man that you love, you're not going to suddenly remove all those many accounts that you have on Snapchat and Instagram and all this. Another reason is they're always having a go no matter what. You should see my brother's girlfriend. She is constantly having a go at him no matter how much he does. Drives her everywhere. Wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning to pick her up. Buys her stuff. And you know what, right? She just keeps putting weight on as well. So there's nothing special about her. Another one is they're woke as fuck. Their opinions are dog shit, right? They don't even know why they have the opinions they have. Like, for example, I looked at this one person's Facebook who left a comment under a post I put in a group, right? You know, I put a joke up about some low-hanging leaves about how they could take someone's eye out, right? The softest leaves ever. So I looked at this woman's page, right? Some 60-year-old woman, 50, 60, something like that. Short hair, proper feminist hair, right? Had a husband, though. And I looked, the husband looked like a cook, may I add. Her Facebook profile pictures were just setting it to whatever the fucking trends were. Like, she had Ukraine on there. She had support our 3 Lions after missing the penalties. She had LGBTQ on there. Probably supports Palestine. But I bet she loves men's mental health. By the way, about men's mental health, right? They're just 3 very pretty little words, right? Because when you actually start delving into what men's mental health is, none of them give a shit. And to be honest, right? Neither do I. Another reason, fat potato looking yes men women telling their friends to break up constantly, because women love a fucking good whinge, don't they? Constantly. They don't even make construed good points or arguments, right? They're just constantly whinging about other people. And so they'll be doing it to their friends, and their friends will be like, oh, you deserve better, all this bollocks. Their friends will be fat and ugly and stinky. The type of friend that you shag, but you wouldn't want to get with. They'll never say anything positive about you unless you're in the talking stage. You gotta remember, they're fucking expensive and time consuming for how ungrateful they are. Like my brother's girlfriend. Gotta drive them all over places you don't particularly want to go. I mean, my brother's been to a few concerts that he doesn't actually give a shit about. And you know what, right? What's mental is, he's just fucking better than her. Like, there was these people, right? These fucking lads or something that this lass didn't like in fucking a town centre. So my brother went and fucking knocked them out. She was like, oh, well, I think that's quite childish. She was the one who said to do it. Obviously, it wasn't as fucking plain and simple as that. Like, there was bigger reasons why he went and done it. But yeah, he spent a night in a cell for her, and I don't really think she fucking thanked him. Instead, what they'll do is constantly find things that you've done wrong. They're class at digging up the past, right? In fact, you don't even have to have done anything wrong. They'll just find so. Like, I went round this lass's house once. This random lass, I met her once. Went round her house, just sat down. Her family were weird, right? And I walked out, and I got messages off her saying, I've done all this stuff wrong. I talked about this in a previous video. How much could I have possibly done wrong? One of the things that she didn't like was when I walked into the room, her uncle asked me, are you gay? And I was like, oh, well, I don't have a problem with it, because she had these LGBTQ flags in her room, like, so I was thinking that was the right thing to say. But then he was like, oh, mate. And then the woman was like, oh, why did you tell him that you don't mind gay people? Like, how the fuck was I supposed to know? And also, right, let me tell you something about women. So a lot of them come out with this controlling and coercive bullshit. Like, that's what my mum was a cunt. That's what she described my dad as to me. The thing is, right, it was the complete opposite, because my dad's a vegetarian and my mum isn't, right? When they were dating, my mum claimed to be a vegetarian, but then my dad found a McDonald's receipt, let her know that it was alright. And another thing is, right, they were together for about, 25 years, something like that. My mum used to go dancing once once a week at this one place, right? My dad never used to stop her, and now she's living in some fucking shit pub in Middlesbrough with one of these lads, right? My mum's a scumbag. Like, none of her kids chat to her. We are all with our dad. And also, right, about women, they're boring. They're so boring. You know, unless you're gossiping and chatting shit about other people, they've got now to talk about. All they've done is scroll TikTok all day and chat shit. So what stories have they got to tell? What is the point when you look around at everyone else, they're all single and divorced? Why would you bother? I was with my friends a few years ago, right? It was back when the rule of 6 was about, right? And there were 7 of us, so we were breaking the law. And I stopped for a sec, 'cause my parents had just broken up. I analysed every single one of them, right? All of them had parents that were separated. I did it again just recently, right? I looked at all my friends because they were all out. Every single one of them has not got parents together except one. One of them had parents together, and do you know what the interesting thing was? The mother of the one kid whose parents were together, right? His mother has been married before and is now with someone that she is not married to. I say kid, he's a year younger than me. False expectations, because you all watch Love Island and all this bollocks. To me, right, the girls on Love Island aren't even good looking. I mean, I'm more likely to fucking like some random Tesco employee or something like that. But they're in denial about their own bodies and their friends. They all seem to love their fat friends. And also, why would I want to have kids? Because everyone's separated and divorced, and I don't want to have to see the kids on a specific day that isn't in my control, and then have to pay fucking child support to kids that I'm not allowed to see, to a woman that I hate. And they're grim as fuck, like, you know what I mean? Kids, I'd rather fucking have my own money and not have to waste it on them. Inflation nicks your money when you're growing up, so that, if you don't spend it, it's pointless. And then your fucking wife will divorce you and take half of it, because the court is so in their favour. But yeah, there's a load of reasons why it's just not worth it to fucking date. 'Cause you date for marriage, right? I know there's people out there who just dating for shag, but you're gonna lose your spark even fucking quicker that way. Not worth it. Anyways, thanks for watching. I haven't made a video in about 8 or 9 months. Maybe I've been pushing out a baby, who knows. See you later. Thanks for 50 subs as well, by the way. That's mental. I've not even been trying.